So right now we should have it so that we can click the block to create a clone, which does our animation until we pick it up. We can create another clone in the same way, and we can pick that one up, and we can keep doing this, but they keep coming. Here's 2, 3 on top of each other. They keep coming at the same spot, which is obviously not what we want. So we are going to have, when they are created, have them, by using the green operator drawer, we can pull this random block. We're going to use random numbers so that when each clone is created, they go to a random place. So we're going to use the go to block right before they show each clone. When a clone is created, X will go to a random number and Y will go to a random number. Now the screen for X goes from 240. You can see down here that the screen goes from 240 to minus 240. So I'm just going to pick minus 200 to 200. So that'll be the range that this thing could appear in. And Y, it goes from 180 to minus 180. So we'll do something like 150, minus 150 to 150. And this is the box that these things will appear in. So now if I create clones, they now appear at random locations, and my player, if the game were to start, can go pick those up now. And so the game's a little bit more fun, but it's not quite a full game. At the start of the game, we should have in control a number of these things be created. So we'll have 10 clones created at the start of the game. And it will be your job to go pick them up. To make the game really fun, we really need to keep track of points so that once you collect all of the pickup objects, you can win the game. And then we should let the player know that they won the game by saying so. So to keep score, we are going to create a new variable in the data drawer called score. We'll leave this displayed up on the screen so that the player can see his or her score during the game. But at the beginning of the game, we need to set that score to 0 so that it resets itself. Now, the score should go up every time you pick up an object. So each of the clones, right before they delete themselves, should change score by 1. The clone will repeat its behavior, its animation, until it touches the character, which isn't running, and then it makes the score go up by 1 right before it deletes itself. That's exactly what we want. This way, now we have a working game. We can run around collecting points. All we need to do is add a victory condition. So once we get them all, once we get all 10, if the last one, when it ticks that score up by 1 right before it dies, it needs to check if it put it to 10. So then if at this point, if score equals 10, the game is won. And we should tell the player that, and we should end the game. So after the last one changes the score, we need to check the score. If the score is 10, we'll broadcast a message to the player telling the player to stop. And we will broadcast a message. First, let's have the player stop. In the player script, when I receive stop, in control, you can say stop other scripts in this sprite. When it receives that stop message, when the score reaches 10, it will kill this script, and the player will no longer have control of the sprite. The game will have ended.